Hello, this is Chris from the Cinema Savvy Movie Podcast, and I'm bringing you a brand new reaction video today. Exciting day to be a superhero fan. The new Batman vs Superman exclusive sneak peek has been released. I've heard that this is like a short, sort of like 1 minute long video, or actually it's like 49 seconds long. And this is sort of like debuted ahead, and I think a trailer's going to follow in the next few days. This is a weird one. Like, I love Batman. Well, as you can see, Team Batman totally right here. But it's a weird one because I love Batman, and I think the concept of what they're doing, Batman versus Superman, sort of going off the Dark Knight Returns graphic novel, which I'm currently reading at the minute, really enjoying it so far. I think that's a really cool way to take the DC cinematic universe. Some people say it's a little rushed, that you know how like the Marvel films, they did a sort of standalone movie for each of the core members, and then they did the big team-up movie. This is clearly Warner Brothers trying to, cash in on the whole superhero craze and just like rushing everyone out of the minute. But it could work in their favour. The only problem I've sort of got with this film is a question of tone. I hated Man of Steel. I'm not a huge Superman fan anyway, but I went back and watched the old Christopher Reeve ones from the 70s and 80s, and they've aged a little bit, quite a lot in some respects. They don't hold up completely, but what those films did have, they had the character down, they had the personality down, they had the whole split personality with Clark Kent. Superman, you had the whole believable and at times very moving relationship with Lois Lane and Clark and Superman. And you had a great General Zod as well. Now that's something that Man of Steel did had. I love General Zod, and I thought that Henry Cavill as Superman was great. The only thing was the tone. They clearly saw the Dark Knight Nolan films and just thought, let's make Superman exactly like this. Anyway, I've been talking too long already. Let's get to the reaction. I haven't seen this yet, so this is my first time reacting to it, so we're going to give it a watch together now. So I'm going to click play now. Oh, Superman looks pissed.
Rated PG-13.
Okay, that was pretty goddamn cool. Yeah, that looks like it follows or takes place in the scene where, I don't know if anyone can remember, in the trailer there was that really weird shot where Batman was in the like sort of desert duster jacket, and he was sort of on his knees and trying to like fight a bunch of guys at once. So that looks like he's going to get attacked there, and then he's in this clip. Obviously, he's chained up, and these soldiers are clearly sort of in league with Superman and maybe support Superman and want to fight for him as sort of like an on-foot team. Maybe Superman's sort of being sent into like on missions from the government, which would be a pretty cool angle to go with it if they go with the whole thing where he wants to be his own person. He feels like he's being a puppet being controlled by them. But Man of Steel sort of ended where he said, like, I don't want any involvement with the military or the government or anything like that. And he takes off Bruce Wayne's mask, well, Batman's mask, sorry. So that's really interesting. Like, is he going to know his secret identity from the beginning? Like, I wouldn't imagine this is at the very beginning of the film. This, to me, seems like a sort of start of a second act kind of thing. But no, that's really cool. And to me, that's what a great teaser should do. It raises questions, makes you question what you're going to see in the film and stuff like that. But, I mean, if we're going to get a full trailer soon, I don't think it says... it says tune into Jimmy Kimmel Live this Wednesday, December 2nd, for the worldwide debut of the new Batman vs Superman Dawn of Justice trailer. Okay, so I guess that's going live tomorrow. Probably Thursday for us in the UK because of the time difference. But No, if I'm just going purely based on that sneak peek, it was a really cool sneak peek. I think that maybe because Batman's in this one, maybe the tone of Man of Steel will work better because Batman inherently is a dark, brooding character. So the tone of that works, and obviously that was brought in with sort of more with the Nolan ones, making it more realistic, making it a lot more aesthetically darker. Tim Burton ones are my favourite live-action Batman films. To me, it just captured the aesthetic of it, the gothic look of it, sort of the heightened. It sort of the city itself looked real, like it could be a real city, but also looked heightened, like it was comic book, and that to me is my Gotham. Or sort of like in other media, the Arkham games. If anyone's played those, I think they're fantastic, along with the animated series. To me, my Batman, in terms of how well it's adapted, is the animated series with Kevin Conroy, Mark Hamill, and then sort of like carrying over from that into the Arkham games. And from the trailer of Batman v Superman, it definitely looks like they're going a lot more comic booky. You've got the Batwing in it, the Batmobile, and just sort of how they're fighting together in it. It looks a lot more comic booky to me. I can't say Man of Steel was realistic because it had aliens, it had super strong people punching each other through skyscrapers, but to me, Man of Steel just didn't have character. It was all exposition. It was all drew. It completely missed the point of what Superman's meant to be. And it was just the action. It was just action fatigue. It wasn't great action. It was shaky cam. It was just overly, just horribly CGI'd in parts. And it just dragged on too long. There was no character, no one to get attached to. But I did think Man of Steel had some cool ideas, which is a shame that they didn't really come to fruition. And as I said, I thought Henry Cavill Superman was fantastic casting. I mean, just how he looks amazing, and in the suit, he looks completely off the page Superman. And I think that, like, this is spoiler alert for Man of Steel as well, how it ends where he gets the job at the Daily Planet, and you start to see a little shred of sort of the Clark Kent persona to him. I thought that really worked, and honestly, that's my favourite bit of the film, is like the last 2 to 5 minutes of the film. And that's what the whole film should have been like. And I really hope that that sort of developed more in this one. And initially, that was sort of my concern with Batman v Superman, that they were adding Batman this early, because it felt like the first movie didn't do anything to create or establish the character of Clark Kent and Superman. So this second one, being a sequel to Man of Steel, would have to play catch up to the first one and sort of establish him more as an actual character. And then after that, you could do the whole Batman crossover, but they're sort of jumping right in with it. It'll be cool to see Batman again. I love to see every incarnation. I know a lot of people were sort of hurt that they were moving away from the Christopher Nolan ones, because for like 10 years, like almost like a generational, that was one solid incarnation of Batman that everyone sort of accepted. It brought it back after it was on its 8-year hiatus following Batman and Robin. And it sort of changed superhero films, like how they're viewed. You had a lot of copycats after that one, try to make things more grounded. Not all of them worked. In fact, most of them didn't. But it worked for Batman, and now I think I'm excited to see the next one. This definitely looks more comic booky Batman, going with a lot of Dark Knight Returns by Frank Miller. A lot of sort of homages to that, and there's freeze frames in the trailer where it's straight off the page. As I said, I'm reading it at the minute, so I haven't read it all, so I can't exactly say everything, and I'm sure there's little Easter eggs in this trailer as well that maybe some of the more eagle-eyed comic book fans can fathom. But no, if I'm going just purely based off this, it's a great tease. I'm looking forward to the new trailer. Hope to see a bunch of new stuff for it. So that will do it for my reaction. I'll try and keep this one a bit shorter this time. If you like my reaction, be sure to comment and subscribe. Let me know what you thought of the tease, and are you looking forward to Batman v Superman? What did you think of Man of Steel? Because I know that's like such a divisive film. Some people love it, some people absolutely hate it. So let me know what you think of that, and yeah, what's coming up on the channel. So tomorrow I'm off to see The Good Dinosaur, the new Pixar film, so we'll have a review up of that either tomorrow night or the day after. And then after that, we're straight into Star Wars month, so we're going to have reviews of the Star Wars prequels, of the original trilogy, a bunch of other Star Wars themed videos. And I'll keep these reactions up. If people like them, let me know, and I'll keep doing them whenever a big trailer's released or something like that. So, yeah, that'll do it for now. And until next time, thanks for watching.